Is your stream audio still an absolute mess? Discord, game audio, music, alerts, all in one single volume control? So when someone in your Discord call starts raging and starts breaking things, it also breaks your viewers' ears? What about music? What about dropping music from your VODs in case of DMCA troubles? Well, stick around, I'll show you how to handle all of that. Hey there, Jam here and welcome to the channel. Here we do everything from game reviews all the way to tutorials. So if you like that stuff, make sure to hit that subscribe button, that like button, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of our new uploads. Now, before we get started, yes, I know you can do split audio now with OBS version 28 using their application-specific audio capture feature, but the fact of the matter is there's still people running on OBS 27 for various reasons. I'm personally still on OBS 27 since some of the plugins that I use were not ready at the time and there were some instabilities on version 28 on release, so I decided to hold off until a little later in the cycle to upgrade. If you're on OBS 28, I'd stick around anyway because the next thing I'm going to talk about may still really matter to you. I'll be using the word submix a lot later in the video, so let's talk about it for a second. Submixes are a way to have yourself hear a totally different mix from what the audience will be hearing on stream. For example, you may want to have music lower in your ears while in game because you need to hear footsteps, or have Discord a little lower so you can concentrate on your chat instead of the people screaming at you for heals. For the purpose of this video, we'll call the mix that your viewers hear the master, and what you hear in your headphones the submix. And this is why this video will still matter to you as an OBS 28 user, since you can't do submixing with OBS 28. With that out of the way, let's get started. Most default OBS installs will only have two audio devices: system audio and your microphone. System audio being all the audio coming from your PC, Discord, music, games, alerts, etc. And for the mic, well, gee, I wonder what that is. But anyways, what we have to do now is to have separate audio devices show up in OBS so we can handle them separately within that. This way you can mute certain ones or apply filters to each one separately. So you can shape your audio the way you like it. My favorite one is to set up ducking, so when I start talking it'll lower music, game, and Discord volume so things don't clash in the master. For this to work, you need 3 extra audio devices. Now, these could be virtual ones or 3 physical ones. For today, we'll be using virtual ones using Voicemeeter Potato. Voicemeeter comes from vb-audio.com and comes in 3 flavors, each of which with varying physical and virtual channels. Potato is the top version in the lineup, which means it's not totally free to use. Let me explain. Voicemeeter Potato is classified as donationware, which means you can use the application for 30 days free, and at that point you'll be asked to activate the program using a donation. You can donate for as low as $8.33 US, and this will activate the app permanently on your PC. Keep in mind that it's locked to your PC, so if you upgrade and go to a different PC, you're going to have to do this all over again. I would definitely recommend donating at the minimum amount or a little more if you're capable of supporting the development and support of these programs that we all use. After you download and install Potato, it'll provide 3 virtual devices. Launch the application and make sure to set it to launch with Windows so your audio devices all load up. It will show up in the Windows playback settings as Voicemeeter VAIO, Voicemeeter AUX or AUX, and VAIO 3. Now it's time to set up Voicemeeter. In the middle of the app, you will see 3 virtual devices. You can label them here so you don't get confused. I'd say label them something like system, comms, and media or music. You'll notice that each one has a volume slider and buttons on the right that say A1, A2, blah, 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 blah. We'll come back to that a little later. To the right of the virtual devices, you'll see a section that says hardware out. Click on A1 and select your actual playback device. This could be your gaming headphones, your speakers, really basically whatever your audio is coming out from right now, put it there. For me, it'll be the mixer, which has my headphones and my microphones connected to it. Keep in mind that this is for playback only, so you need to make sure to select the device where you can actually listen to audio output. So remember those A1 and 2 buttons that I was talking about earlier? That corresponds to this. The A buttons are your hardware outs and the B buttons are your virtuals. So make sure to select A1 in all of your virtual devices. So all of the outputs for virtual audio device system, comms, and media all come back out through your headphones. This is how you can hear all of them. We're done with Voicemeeter for now, but make sure to have it in the system tray and have it start up with Windows every single time. At this point, you likely don't hear any difference just yet. Now we have to set the appropriate apps to their respective audio devices. On Windows, set the system virtual device to the default Windows audio device. This will take care of all the system audio, which includes game audio and perhaps alerts. In my setup, I actually ended up having to purchase another virtual audio device from VB Audio So I can set up a fourth one specifically for OBS. OBS will be using that device specifically, so I have the ability to mute that in my ears as well as mute that to the VOD. Then open up Discord and set the comms audio device to be the default playback device for it. And finally, open up Spotify, Tidal, or any piece of software that you use to run music for your stream. Start playback of any song and head over to Windows app-specific audio settings and manually set the playback device to the media virtual device. After you do this, you should see some levels coming through in Voicemeeter depending on what you're doing. For example, if you play music through Spotify, you should see some levels on the meter under the media virtual device on Voicemeeter. This is actually where you do your submixing. If you change the volume within the Voicemeeter, this will only change the mix in your headphones, not what your chat can hear. Master mix will be done via OBS, which leads me to the next bit. Launch OBS and start adding audio sources. Add all 3 virtual devices that we made earlier as separate audio devices in OBS. This is where you do your master mix. Change your volumes as you'd like them to be heard by your chat. This way you can change them as you're live, but not affecting what you're hearing in your own headphones, since the mix that you hear is done via the Voicemeeter UI anyways. That wraps up the splitting part, but what about the dropping of certain channels in the VOD? This is where you right click one of the channels on OBS and select Advanced Audio Property. It should pop up a window with all your audio devices on that scene. So make sure you have all the audio channels present in that scene that you have enabled at the time while you're doing this. And don't worry, after you do it the first time around, it'll actually copy over all the scenes. It's not just for one scene. You will see a section at the end that says Tracks with 6 checkboxes underneath it. For the purpose of this video, we'll have all the audio routed to the live stream and have everything but music in the VOD. To do this, uncheck all of the boxes from top to bottom and check track 1, meaning all the devices should be in track 1. Then on track 2, check everything but the music channel. You kind of see what I'm going for here? Then close out of this window and open up your OBS settings, and under the output section, select Advanced in the output mode. You should start seeing more settings in your screen, and under the streaming tab, you should see audio track, and right below it, Twitch VOD track. Since track 2 is the one without the music in it, make sure to select track 2 under Twitch VOD track. And on audio track, select track 1. And that's it. You stream normally and your live viewers hear all the channels including the music, and the VOD will have the rest minus the music. As a disclaimer, this tutorial is in no way teaching you to avoid DMCA strikes. What I've taught here is for educational purposes, and you are able to use the same things to do creative things in your VODs, like having no alerts in your VODs, so you can download them for editing purposes after the fact. In a future video, I'll walk you guys through my VOD workflow when I'm streaming to make editing so much easier. Thank you so much for sticking it to the end. If you made it this far, please drop a comment of a dog emoji to let the world know you're a legend. And if you learned something new, please leave a like, make sure to subscribe, and make sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future uploads. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a great day. Bye.